is Friday the 7th of July. I found out yesterday that my grandfather has terminal cancer. From memory, I have touched on him being diagnosed with cancer and how that's made me feel. And now I don't know how to feel. I was talking to my dad about this yesterday when he told me, because my dad was adopted within the family, so for the sake of this and without going into detail, it's his dad. I have never been that close with my grandfather because we've lived in different states and he's very stuck in his way. However, regardless of not being that close, it has really fucked with me to hear that this is where we're at. And I said to my dad yesterday, I don't understand why I feel like this if I'm not that close. And he made a really good point. I don't have much family. And the family I do have tend to leave or just not want to be around. And although I haven't been that close to my grandfather, he's still been a constant family member throughout my life since I moved in with my dad. So, sitting here thinking I'm not going to react that bad was stupid, because for fuck's sake, if you guys hear anything in the background, it's people working outside. I swear every time I record something is going on. But I'm just really confused. I feel that this is, in quotation marks, the correct way to feel, being sad and upset. And at the same time, I feel I should be worse because he's family. And at the same time, I feel I should be less because I don't have contact with him, or not much. I've never felt so confused on how to feel about something. And I think part of that is also he's been diagnosed with cancer around 4 or 5 times throughout his life, and he's beaten it every time. So when we got the news this time that he had cancer, it sort of cut to the point where it's like, okay, he'll be okay, he'll get through it, he always has. But then you take into account he's now early 80s, and he's not what he once was. And then you get the call from, in my case, my dad yesterday, about halfway through the day, saying he's been diagnosed as terminal and he's coughing up blood and we don't know how long we have left with him. They literally said we can't give you a rough estimate because we don't know. He could go any day. And when you hear that, it's really hard. Because I sit here and then I start thinking to myself, could I have done more to reach out? I'm 30. I've had at least 10 years to be able to reach out and do what I want, and instead I've always left it to him, knowing he wouldn't. Because he's very stuck in his ways and he doesn't like travelling. most of my life he lived in Tasmania, which is, if you don't know, it's that really random little island off, the south of Australia, that looks like it shouldn't be a part of Australia, yet it is. And then more recently he moved to Canberra, which is north of where I am because I'm in Melbourne. And I just sit here and I don't know how to feel. I feel I could have done more. I feel I should have done more. But I'm so used to family not being there that I take very small things, as simple as he doesn't want to travel, as they don't want to be around me, because that's what I'm used to. But now I feel like this really shitty person because I didn't reach out to him. And now I may lose him. He was the only family I had this whole time. Other than my dad and my sister. And I just don't know how to handle this at all. I'm sitting here staring at my computer because I should be working right now and I can't. I thought I was okay. I went to bed after having a really good cry yesterday. I went to bed and just passed out. And I was like, okay, maybe I got it out of my system. Maybe I'll be somewhat okay. And then this morning I woke up freaking out, looking for my phone, thinking I'm going to wake up to a message to say he's gone. And I haven't even had the chance to go see him. I just wish life was so much simpler. I really do. I feel like I just can't get a break. And I just don't know what to do. The scariest part of all of this is not knowing. Like, how do I do it? Do I just sit and stare at my phone all day, every day, expecting a message? Thinking I'm going to get a message or a call? And we're now trying to plan a trip to go to Canberra to see him. And I hope to fucking God he doesn't pass before then. But we can't even get that right. We argued last night, my sister, my dad and I, over when we go because no one can figure out a time to go. Because between money and time and my sister has kids, it's just really bad timing. And then you feel worse for saying that because what is timing? How do you say something is bad timing when it's the possible death of someone? And I've just been having all these conflicting thoughts for not even 24 hours. And I wasn't going to record and I wasn't going to say anything, but I need to get it out. And just if I post this, I post it. If I don't, I don't. I just need to get it out. I'm sitting here, with a phone in my hand, and I'm on social media, and I've hinted at stuff that's wrong, but I haven't said anything specific, and then I'm like, am I even a worse person for sitting here on social media? Everything I think and feel and do just makes me feel worse. It makes me feel like a horrible human. catch a break. I just don't know what to do anymore. This is just so hard. And it shouldn't be this hard. It's just everything I think at the moment, I just start spiraling. And then I'm like, if I think like this, then that means this, and this means that, and my brain is just making me out to be like I'm the worst person on the planet with everything I choose to do and say. Because I should have been there. I should have been there for him. Like, he lived on his own for so long, and he wanted that. He likes his solidarity. And then, he got moved to a nursing home, and then he got moved out of the nursing home to live with my auntie, and that's the other thing. There's already been talks in the past about what to do if he was to pass away. Because his health has never been the best. We still don't know how he got through cancer as many times as he did. And the thing is, people were arguing over what to do, and have a funeral, not have a funeral, ashes or not ashes, already. And now it's become a reality, and it's just going to cause more drama. Why is it the death of someone who we should be celebrating the life of? Why should that bring more drama into the world? My family is so torn already, and this is just going to cause more of a ripple effect, and I fucking hate it, and I'm dreading it so much. And that makes me feel even worse, because then I'm like, why am I complaining? I should be worried and caring about him, and instead I'm sitting here thinking, what's going to happen if he passes? Like, what? Everything I do and say is just hitting me in a way I've never had before. I've had family members pass. I've had two of my favourite people on the planet pass when I was younger. The only family members I ever truly cared about that weren't immediate was my great-grandmother and great-grandfather. And I was a fucking wreck when they passed, also from cancer. And I was really close to them. And if I'm feeling like this now and I wasn't that or as close to my grandfather, I don't know what's going to happen when, God forbid, he passes. I don't deal with death well. At all. I never have. It fucks with me. It's my biggest fear in life is to die. Which is stupid, because it's not like I'm going to know it's going to fucking happen. I'm just not going to be around. But it fucking terrifies me. And then something like this happens and it brings it closer and it becomes a bigger reality for you, and it's even more terrifying. Just don't know what to do. I think that's enough for this. I just needed to get out of my head and my thoughts out there. I'm sorry that this podcast seems to be very depressing recently, but it's called a mental health podcast for a reason, I guess. Anyway, I hope you guys have a fantastic day and a much better headspace than I'm currently in. I suppose I'll release this, I don't know. If I've released it, then thank you for listening. But I hope you're going through absolutely nothing and you're in a fantastic headspace and you're in the best spot you could be in your life. Thanks, guys.